Let It Be is a documentary film about the Beatles, which was released in 1970. The film was directed by Lindsay-Hogg. The film chronicles the band's journey from rehearsing to recording songs for their 12th and final studio album, Let It Be. The recording sessions took place in January 1969. The documentary also features footage of the Beatles' rooftop concert, known as their final performance together as a band. Originally intended as a televised documentary, the project was eventually produced as a feature film after the original plan was cancelled. However, the film disappeared and has not been officially available since the 1980s. It then circulated illegally in pirated copy format. Eventually, Peter Jackson gained access to restore the documentary. The restoration was carried out by his company, Park Road Post-Production, using the same technology employed for the documentary series The Beatles Get Back, which also utilized the band's old recordings. Written and sung by Paul McCartney, Let It Be was the last Beatles single released, before he announced his departure from the band. Speaking to James Corden on his Carpool Karaoke segment in 2018, McCartney recalled how his late mother, who died from cancer when he was 14, inspired him to write the track. McCartney explained, "I had a dream in the 60s where my mum, who died, came to me and reassured me, saying, 'It's gonna be okay, just let it be.'" McCartney's mother, also named Mary, inspired the Mother Mary lyric. When asked if it referenced the Virgin Mary, McCartney has left it up to fans' interpretation. The release of the documentary The Beatles Let It Be coincides with a significant moment 54 years ago, on May 8, 1970, when the Beatles released their last album before disbanding, titled Let It Be. In an interview, Paul McCartney said, "This is real history, Let It Be, was created when the Beatles broke up." Fans are presented with many new insights in the Let It Be documentary, from character portrayals to historical moments for the Beatles. The documentary begins with the song Don't Let Me Down, which John Lennon wrote as a love song for Yoko Ono. The audience is taken back to January 1969, when the Let It Be album was first created. Throughout the film, viewers can see how the Beatles members rekindled their passion for music during the recording process. The Let It Be album represented a new chapter for the band after experiencing internal conflicts during the creation of the White Album, which later became regarded as one of their greatest masterpieces. In Let It Be, Paul McCartney's role is especially prominent. From the beginning, he was determined to complete the album's recording sessions. Contrary to popular belief, McCartney is shown playing several instruments, such as bass and piano, a role often attributed to John Lennon in the band's later years. McCartney tried to reignite hope and enthusiasm among the other Beatles members, John Lennon, Ringo Starr, and George Harrison,